Do you know the situation that's going on between North Korea and South Korea? I told him, I'm from America. I don't care. So they trying to charge the National Security Violation Act. That is a problem. You're the one who's gonna look so dumb when I don't get any jail time or anything. Like, bro, I'm gonna laugh like a villain. Look, I did go there and recognize all the charges. I said I was guilty. I did say all this shit because the nigga is just gonna be a fine. What the I'm just gonna pay it and leave, bro. Like, you can't go to jail for this shit. I'm giving y'all the first viral moment tonight. I just threw up everywhere. Oh my God.
He said, I don't know because I don't speak Korean. And then the judge said, you can speak English. Because the judge
told me, what's the address? I'm like, I don't know how to tell you, nigga. How do I say ching chong ching ching ching?
The Johnny Somali crash out continues. Johnny Somali represents the epitome of the nuisance streamer person, embodying the internet's worst person. Imagine a montage of him twerking on the subway, waving a dead fish at commuters. He isn't just a bad content creator. He is the human equivalent of the person who thought, you know what? Public disturbance is totally on brand. If the internet had a Darwin Award for people who actively tried to get arrested, Johnny would have won it in 3 countries by now. His career is built on a simple, destructive formula. Fly to a country with strict laws like Japan or South Korea, do the dumbest things imaginable, harass locals, and then act shocked when the authorities treat him like the walking liability that he is. And unfortunately, he's not the only one that does this type of content. I came across this streamer live streaming in Japan being a complete jerk because they told her that she couldn't use her camera.
They're saying, like, put down the camera. That's what it's saying.
And I'm not putting down my camera, so the end. Put it down for me. I'm leaving this fucking country anyway. I'm sick of this shit. This is lame ass shit. Bitch, you're not gonna tell me to put shit down. My camera. He was telling me, put the camera down, put the camera down. Bitch, this is McDonald's, ho. This is American. I'm not putting my camera down for shit. I'm done with these bitches. And I'm gonna keep my camera straight up. The cops in no country can tell you to put the camera down. Did you know that? You can't. They can't. Nobody can tell you that. Straight up. Unless you're in a private business. This ain't no private fucking business. This is McDonald's. This is corporate McDonald's.
This isn't edgy content. This is performance art for the criminally unserious. His legacy of cringe spans from Japan to South Korea. Remember when he got banned for Japan for screaming racial slurs in public? That was his audition tape for South Korea. While most people learn from their mistakes, Johnny treats it like a badge of honor. In Japan, he's yelling bonsai in Hiroshima, a city deeply traumatized by World War II. And then he got his ass deported. In South Korea, he comes in drunk, shows up at court in a MAGA hat and a suit that looks like it came from a yard sale, cosplaying My Cousin Vinny. Johnny Somali doesn't just ignore red flags. He sews them into a cape and runs through a bullfighting ring. The delusion of content is central to Johnny's mindset. Nuisance streamers like him thinks that laws are just mere suggestions. Johnny must think that if he gets enough views, the police will respect his grind. For instance, he's drunk and live streaming, vomiting the night before a trial, not out of nervousness, but because he was doing $3 shots for donations. His priorities are clear: monetize his own downfall. It's like watching someone juggle chainsaws blindfolded, except the chainsaws are lawsuits and the blindfold is his total lack of self-awareness. This is a critical breakdown of Johnny Somali's self-destructive behavior. It reveals a masterclass on how to speedrun himself into jail. What happened in the trial? So check out some YouTubers that were actually there. It seems like he was just doing a lot of stupid things.
But he did have a lawyer. He lied to his lawyer. So last night, Johnny Somali was up drinking. And in case you didn't know, he was on party and he was up all night drinking. He was just an hour late. And this was bad. Why was it bad? Well, it was bad because the judge pays attention to this. Johnny's outfit. His suit looked like this. He was wearing a white suit that was like 3 sizes too big. It was clearly Hank's suit. He was clearly wearing Hank's suit. It was like a white suit. It was absolutely hilarious. He came in a MAGA hat. Like, I don't care about people's politics, whatever. He's doing it as a stunt.
Trying to mock the court in the legal process, despite being charged with serious offenses, showed little regard for the proceedings, often making inflammatory statements and behaving inappropriately. One of the most notable instances during the trial was when he made racist remarks directed at the judge, referring to the Korean language in a derogatory manner.
But overall, his body language and trying to wear that hat multiple times was extraordinarily rude. He also lied to the judge. He said he was a student. So they asked, what is your job? He said he's a student. Okay. He said he's a student.
And on his live stream, he was doing, like, I guess, getting paid to do shots, and he ended up showing a new charge that hadn't been leaked to the public yet.
So that charge was actually it's the police case that the police have given over to the prosecutor.
He doesn't know Hank's address and apartment number where he's
That is
staying.
well.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Come on,
he kept answering that he didn't know. Yeah, no, it's bad. It looks really bad for him.
Then he said, I don't know because I don't speak Korean. And then the judge said, you can speak English. Because the judge,
The nigga told me, what's the address, nigga? I'm like, nigga, I don't know how to tell you, nigga. How do I say ching chong, ching ching ching? How can I say that to you? I don't speak your language.
This behavior not only demonstrated his lack of respect for the court, but also added to the list of charges he can face, including potential contempt of court. This guy is unbelievable. During the trial, it was revealed that Johnny Somali was been living with this ally. Now, this guy is a convicted felon in the United States who has been supporting him through the legal process. Hank, whose real name is Han John Woo, he's a wealthy individual with a litigious past. He has been instrumental in providing Johnny a place to stay and some financial support. However, Hank's involvement has also raised questions about his own legal standing, as he has been accused of enabling Johnny Somali's behavior. Johnny Somali has pleaded guilty to several charges, including obstruction of business and violations of the Minors Criminals Act. However, he has also indicated that he may not plead guilty to other charges, such as those related to the deepfake content, which is a serious offense in South Korea. Deepfake charges are particularly significant because they involve the creation and dissemination of manipulated media, often with malicious intent. Johnny Somali has been accused in creating and sharing deepfake content involving a female streamer, which has led to additional charges being filed against him.
They're claiming that like I came in and I was fucking blindsided by the fact that I had a new charge and motherfuckers was like sitting in the wrong place and niggas was nervous. This shit was a breeze.
Do you admit the charges? Is there anything you want to say? Do you admit the charges? Don't you want to apologize?
Lying and making up all this bullshit about me. I know for a fact I'm not gonna go to jail. Not one day in jail, but
The trial is far from over, and Johnny Somali faces the possibility of significant jail time. Currently, he is looking at the maximum sentence up to 10 years for the charges he's already pleaded guilty to, but this can increase to 20 or even 30 years if additional charges, such as those related to deepfake content, are added. The judge has considerable discretion in determining the final sentence, and Johnny's continued disrespect for the court and his lack of remorse are likely to weigh heavily against him. One of the key factors that will influence the outcome of the trial is the international attention it has garnered. South Korea is known to be very sensitive to the international image, and the fact that the world is watching this case, it may lead to a harsher sentence as a deterrent to others who might consider engaging in similar behavior. The Korean legal system is known for its strict enforcement of laws, particularly those with crimes that disrupt public order or involve the exploitation of others, such as deepfake content. Johnny Somali has already been banned in Japan until 2029 and is likely to face a similar ban in South Korea once his trial concludes. So Johnny Somali is pretty screwed. His disrespect for legal systems is just staggering. He's treating the courtroom like it's a Twitch chat or something. Lying about being a student at 27 years old and arriving late and hungover. Usually, judges don't appreciate defendants who look like extras from a Hangover sequel. This is not a game. This is not a stream. Johnny Somali is treating this entire situation, this entire trial, like it's a meme. Johnny is practically begging for the maximum sentence. Cultural insensitivity is just another hallmark for Johnny's antics. His idea of cultural immersion is akin to microwaving a fish in an office break room. South Korea values public harmony, and Johnny's behavior isn't just illegal, it's culturally radioactive. Johnny's illusion to invincibility is both baffling and dangerous. He's leaking charges on the stream while drunk, accidentally exposing a deepfake sex crime charge. Johnny thinks this is all a game. He thinks he's some kind of protagonist in a Grand Theft Auto game. But this is real life. That's why I think jail time is necessary for Johnny Somali, because he doesn't get it and probably never will. His brain is stuck in this toxic stream algorithm, stuck in this loop of becoming viral or died trying. When he was asked about his address, he claimed not to speak Korean, despite numbers being universal. His pre-trial live streams were a complete disaster, getting blackout, vomiting on camera, and leaking charges like he was unboxing a PS5. This isn't ignorance, this is weaponized incompetence. Johnny treats laws like the terms of service agreements that he didn't read. And obviously to the South Korea court, ignorance ignorance isn't a defense. South Korea made it clear society needs protection from Johnny's escalating antics. What started as harassing grandma at 7-Eleven escalated to waving rotten fish at commuters and accidentally admitting to deepfake crimes while shotgunning a beer. South Korea isn't playing how far can you push this, they're playing how fast we can deport you. South Korea has zero patience for foreign influences treating their country like it's a jackass audition tape. If left unchecked, Johnny's next stunt might be involving hijacking a K-pop concert to reenact The Purge. Real jail time will serve as a wake-up call, not just for Johnny Somali, but for the internet as a whole. For Johnny, it's going to be a world without live streams or any kind of ridiculous legal advice from Hank. Johnny Somali isn't just a lolcow at this point. He's a cautionary tale written in neon letters. His delusion that he can outrun consequences with charisma and an iPhone camera has been shattered. The bigger picture is that the internet loves a train wreck, but Johnny's derailment isn't just entertaining, it's a wake-up call. When clout becomes a synonym for self-destruction, it's time to log off. Viewers must stop feeding the trolls. Every donation, every view, every LOL comment just fuels this cycle. Johnny Somali isn't a villain, he's just a symptom of a culture that rewards chaos over character. Jail won't just punish him, it exposed the rot in the nuisance streamer ecosystem. But what you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.